when I'm bored and I want to entertain myself or satisfy a narrative I'm making up in my head, I'll look over and see what people are doing on their phones, and sometimes they're just rereading text messages that they've been sending. I posed that question one time in one of my anthropology classes, and no one was really able to answer it, and one person that did respond responded kind of aggressively and defensively. So maybe she was one of those people.
Since 7th grade, I got my first phone.
Since 2003.
13.
I was 14.
Originally, I was not necessarily interested in a phone. My first cell phone was given to me by my mom, who could no longer handle her inability to get a hold of me.
Middle school, and like everyone had a phone, so I obviously wanted one too, to be like cool, you know. So I got a phone.
Well, it was supposed to be for emergencies. It's like a safety precaution.
Well, I mean, beyond like the normal like calls and texting, but I think to be able to go on the internet.
I got my first smartphone when I was 18.
About 2 years ago.
My first smartphone was when I was 18.
That was sophomore year in high school.
Oh my gosh, I use it for everything. I use it for the biggest things now. Well, is texting. I text way more than I talk on the phone, so texting is probably what I use it the most for.
Music, texting, phone calls, applications.
Basic daily purposes: email, weather, directions.
Music, social media, and mostly just killing time if I had to like broadly define it.
Navigation, because I'm new to the city and I can't even fathom how I would get around or get to work on a daily basis or get anywhere without having the navigation. And then also like Facebook and Instagram, I probably check like 50 times a day.
Maybe a week, I don't know. I could do it. I'm not like addicted to my phone or anything.
I'm not the type that will turn around to get my phone if it were to be left at home or in the car or something of that sort.
Definitely. When I first got it, it was kind of like cool to like show each other what it does and like all the specs of it. But now it's just everyone's in their own phone and their own world.
People become addicted to like social media and that kind of technology, and it is addictive. So I can see why that could happen.
Phones have become more of a companion, a form of security for people. It seems to me, from my observations, that folks are no longer able or not comfortable just sitting alone by themselves or not touching their phone. I think it looks okay if you're sitting at the bus stop just like zoning out looking in the street, but it also seems like people are not comfortable doing that anymore.
Some people use it as a crutch to avoid like social interaction, and people are probably getting more and more socially awkward face to face as time goes on because of it. So I think it has its downsides, but for me personally, I think that it's helping make my life have more like meaningful connections with people.
Well, they use it more than they talk to each other, for one. And people won't like ask each other questions on the street. It's more of just look it up yourself.
I think it's helping people stay connected. Because I mean, I still have social interactions face to face and all that, but someone like myself who does relocate across the country for work, I can't imagine not having the internet because, I mean, yeah, I would maybe talk on the phone with a couple people, but having like the resources from Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever has allowed me to stay in contact with my entire, high school graduating class. People that I probably otherwise wasn't, on a day-to-day talking basis, I would have lost total contact with.
People are now probably more dependent, especially adolescents and young adults, because like I said, I think now that there's more features and technology on cell phones, there's a lot more you can do. When it used to just be like phone calls or just texting, I don't think people were quite as interested in them because it was so limited in terms of the technology. But now that there is a lot more things, and you can go on like Instagram or Facebook or Twitter and all those social media things, I think people are a lot more interested and invested in their phones.